Hello out there, and welcome to the channel, my friends. It's really good to see you today. I'm the Godless Gamer. Merry Christmas. I'm recording this on Christmas night, and I thought this would be a great Christmas gift to all my viewers and subs. Welcome to the first episode of a new series that I'm doing. This is another Bannerlord series, but this time I have the War Sales DLC, and I'm using a couple new mods. This time, I want to get my viewers involved and my subs involved more in my series. And this mod came recommended by one of my commenters while I was doing my Game of Thrones Bannerlord series, and I just never got around to using it. But this is the perfect series to use it. We're using Distinguished Service, which allows me to create companions from raw, like, soldiers. I can turn soldiers into companions, and that's excellent. Combined with a bunch of other mods that I'm using, it'll be really fun. I can involve my viewers. I can make you guys, and you can be my companions. So I thought that would be really fun. In fact, in this campaign, I'm gonna limit myself. I'm not allowed to hire companions, with the one exception of family members. Because we are going to play a campaign. I'm not going to do the sandbox mode where you start with, like, nothing. We are going to do a campaign because when I was first messing around with the War Sales DLC, I did the campaign and it turned out really well because the game throws you into, like, tutorial missions is, I guess, the best thing I could call it. It's like a storyline tutorial that teaches you the new mechanics of the War Sales DLC. It teaches you how to sail a ship, and it teaches you all of that. And even though I don't need to learn how to do those things, I'm pretty comfortable with all of that. Doing the storyline missions gets my campaign off to a stronger start, because while I'm doing the campaign missions, I'm earning experience, I'm earning money, I'm leveling myself up. Whereas if I just did the sandbox mode, I start with nothing. Like, the game doesn't help me out. And I think that's why I'm going to do a campaign. But since we're doing that, this episode's going to be super long, number one, because we have to do the character creation, and I want to talk about my character and what I want to try to do in this campaign. So that's going to take some time. And the story missions are completely voice acted, and there's a ton of dialogue. But I think for the purposes of this episode and keeping it as short as possible, because the first episode of any series is always the most important, and I don't want to scare off a bunch of people by having like a 3-hour long video as my first video. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to start a new campaign. We're going to have a bunch of fun, because I honestly can't wait. I've been so excited for this, but we're going to do a new campaign, but I'm going to skip through all the dialogue. I will not... I'm not exaggerating when I say if we listen to all the dialogue, we'll be here for like 5 hours. The whole campaign is like a good 3 hours if you're actually sitting down and listening to the dialogue and everything. We're not going to do that. I just want to cut things down on time. So we're going to start a new campaign. Without further ado, let's get going. I'm so excited. It's Christmas, and I've been away for a while. I haven't uploaded a video in like a few weeks, so I'm just really anxious to get started. I hope you guys aren't mad at me for being away for a while. I thought I'd make it up to you by having like a super fun series, and that's what I aim for this series to be. Super freaking fun. I'm so pumped for this. It's like I'm playing Bannerlord all over again. The DLC, it's like that fresh out of that out of the box feeling. It's like that Christmas feeling. Christmas is the perfect time to do this. Okay, so I'll take a look at the Nords because they're the new culture with the DLC. You can read all this, pause the video at your will. That's totally fine. I think the bonuses for the Nords are actually pretty strong. Sorry, I'm talking too much. I had to clear my throat. I think the Nords are really strong. They have really good bonuses, but they're all about the ocean and doing stuff on the sea, and they're less about doing army stuff on land, as evidenced by this debuff that they get. The Nords are really strong, but for our purposes in this campaign, I'm not going to be a Nord, even though they are the new culture. I'm sure that's what every YouTuber is doing. They're doing a Nord. I'm doing my boys. I'm doing my favorite culture in the game still, the Empire. We can enjoy all the ocean faring and the pirating and the swashbuckling. We can do all that as an Imperial. That's totally fine. It's just going to mess with our bonuses. So these are our bonuses. I think they're still pretty strong, considering that naval combat is a thing now. And my heart will always be in the Empire. That's where my heart is, man, so I have to stick with it. And I mean, your beginning culture doesn't really change that much with your campaign, so you can still experiment to do a bunch of different things without really deviating from your culture. So, yet again, we're doing another Imperial campaign, another Imperial culture one, but I have to. Since we're not doing like an overhaul mod like with my Game of Thrones one, like where there was like a bunch of different cultures to choose from. Since we're back to vanilla Bannerlord, not vanilla, we have the DLC, but since we're back to Bannerlord, I'm going to choose my boys, the Imperials. Now, I'm not going to mess with the character creator too much. I already know what I'm going to do. We're just going to mess with a few things. He has to be jacked. He has to be on the taller side. He doesn't need to be a giant, just on the taller side. And then we're going to mess with some of his... We're going to mess with his face, first of all. That's fine. I want blue eyes. I can always mess with my character between the episodes. It's not like this is set in stone. I can always just edit him again. So, you know, if I want to get into more detail, I can on my own time. But for your for your sake, for the sake of time, I'm just going to get my rough mold together, and then I can mess with it later. This is a new haircut, I think, and I'm choosing it because it looks pretty dirty. I think this is a Nordic haircut. Even though I'm not Nordic, I like it. And since we're a sailor, I should say that we're leaning heavily on the naval stuff in this campaign. We'll do some things on land, like I have to command land armies in order to take settlements, so on and so forth, but most of the campaign is going to be on the ocean. That's the point of this campaign. And since we're a naval guy, we want to keep our hair short so we don't get caught in the rigging. And then I do want to have a beard. We have to look as piratey as possible. I don't think I'm going to roleplay as a pirate, but we're going to do pirate things. We're going to be doing piratey stuff. And we can look the part. Alright, that's good. That works. That works with his fade. It's the same length. I like it. And then we're going to have one special little attribute. It's not quite an eye patch, but since we have to. Since we're doing like a naval campaign, since we're sailors, we have to have some kind of like wound, either one arm or one leg or one eye. So we're doing the one eye. Maybe there's a mod out there where I can do an eye patch or something. I'll look into that. And that's it. That's fine. That's a nice rough mold to work with. And I'm going to skip through this. I already know what I'm going to do. Landlord's Retainers. I'm going to focus mostly on Vigor, One-Handed, Endurance, Riding, Athleticism, and then our Maritime skills down here that are new. And with my build, I account for all of it. Next one is... worked as a deckhand on a fishing boat, then... crewed a galley on the coastal raids. See, we're working on these skills. Then I defeated an enemy in battle, working on that. Subdued a raider. Hold on, I'm missing something. I should have gotten endurance from somewhere. Hold on. I'm sorry. Yeah, Landlord's Retainers. Leadership. I really want to... I need endurance because athletics is super important, so I can't neglect endurance. Worked as a deckhand on a fishing boat. Yeah, alright, I want to be making sure I'm getting these skills down here, too. Oh, no, this is what I changed. This is different. It's not you defeated an enemy in battle. You had a famous escapade in town. That's what I messed up. That's a focus point in athleticism and endurance. And then subdued a raider. And then since we're a Roman, I did a Julius Caesar campaign, and since we're doing another Roman culture guy, I'm going to choose another amazing Roman from history. Since Julius Caesar was my first one, I'm going to go with another one. And then it allows me to mess with my color scheme this time, because last time I was red. Julius Caesar, red. I'm going to go with Publius, and then our family name will be Scipio. So Scipio Africanus. For his first name is Publius, and then our color will be blue because in Rome Total War, because I'm sure there's a bunch of Total War fans in here, Total War players. In Rome 1, the Julii were red and the Scipio were blue. So this campaign we're going to be blue, and that's actually perfect because in the Roman Navy, the color scheme for naval soldiers and marines and stuff I think was blue, even though blue was a super expensive color to produce in that time. But I'm pretty sure they used blue. Or green, maybe it was. I don't know. And then this time around, we're starting the campaign Bannerlord. We're not starting as warrior this time. We're starting at Bannerlord. I won't get as much heat from you guys in the comments if I do that. And then we're also going to do the one tweak that I did last time. We're going to reduce my clan members' chance of death in battle by 50%. If I'm going to be creating you guys as companions, I want you guys to stick around for a decent amount of time. If I notice that you're living for a long time and you guys are like, hey, I don't mind the chances of me dying, I'll turn this up again. But for now, we'll reduce the chances of you guys dying. I don't think we're going to be creating any companions in this episode because we're going to be so busy with the quest line. But it could happen. I don't think so. I think I want to wait for you guys to give me your input and stuff before I start creating characters, you know?
Brother, it's been 3 days.
All right, we're going to skip through all of this. We've done this a billion times. We can skip through that. We can skip through that. We don't care about the dragon banner. We want to create our name, though. Scipio. Then we need to create our banner. I do have a mod that gives me some more options, and I found one that I really like. As opposed to using the Roman symbol, which I did in my last campaign, this time we're going to go with something Roman-y, but different. It's just a guy's head, but he's wearing a crown of wreaths. Or a laurel, you know what I mean. He's wearing the... So our flag is just a big guy's head. I like it. I used it during a test campaign while I was learning everything, messing around in my own time. And the sigil grew on me as I kept playing, so that's our sigil. That looks Roman-y, doesn't it? It's perfect for a Roman campaign. Alright, there's a stealth tutorial. There are stealth mechanics that are introduced in the DLC, but we'll eventually come upon those mechanics. We don't have to do the tutorial. We will just naturally come upon those. The only thing that we are going to do is this. We're going to do the quest line to save our sister, because at the end of this, we're going to save our sister, and we're going to get a free ship, which is something that we wouldn't get in the sandbox mode. So by doing this, we're going to get a free ship at the end, and it'll be really nice. It'll get our campaign off to a really good start. So let's go. I should touch on very quickly what I want to accomplish in this campaign, because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to name the campaign, but I have an idea. You guys already know the title because I've made the thumbnail already, but I think the name of the series is going to be Mare Nostrum, because it's perfect, it's naval themed, and since I'm a Roman, and since the map looks so much like our real world, this is the Mediterranean. Like, in your mind's eye, I know it's not an exact replica of our real world map, but it kind of does. Because this is the Mediterranean Sea. Because this is supposed to be Europe. Europe, North Africa, Asia, you know, Persian Gulf. You know, here's Saudi Arabia and the Arabian Peninsula, and then you're going off into, like, the Stands, you know, and then here's the Levant, you know, Jerusalem and Egypt, like, this would be Egypt right here. And then this would be the Baltic with, like, Denmark right here, Iceland, Norway, Sweden, Finland, you know what I mean? And since we're a Roman theme, and if I name the series Mare Nostrum, what I want the goal of the campaign to be is to own every single settlement along the Mediterranean. Because this is the Mediterranean. So if we're doing a Roman campaign, and since we're doing a naval thing, let's create Mare Nostrum. Let's control the Mediterranean, or whatever this sea, whatever it's called in world. It's the Mediterranean. And because here's the Strait of Gibraltar, which is not connected anymore. In vanilla Bannerlord, this is actually connected, but in here, it's not. So you actually have to travel by sea to make this, which is cool. Waterways are now important in the game. Super important. Not just the oceans and the seas, but also the rivers. These are inaccessible. This one isn't. So, really, really cool. But if that... it's a working goal. That's what my goal is, roughly. I want to control the Mediterranean. That's my end game goal. Not to control the entire map, just this. And to do it navally as best we can. But, alright, let's begin this campaign. Or, let's begin this series of quests. This is going to take the entire episode. We're going to end once these are done, okay? And I'm going to be rushing through these because we're not going to listen to any of the dialogue. Because there's too much. We would be here for 6 hours if we listened to all the dialogue. But I think it's perfect for the first episode of the campaign, or the first episode of the series, to just get through these missions, and then by the time we're done with the episode, we're off on our own, doing our own thing, and our campaign has officially begun, but off to a really strong start. Now, forgive me. Now, I already know I'm going to get dislikes on this video just because I'm skipping through all of this, and I do apologize, guys, but I'm letting you know. I'm doing you a favor, alright? Some of the voice acting is kind of cringe anyway, and all you need to know is that we're rescuing our sister. Everything that we're trying to do right now is to rescue our sister, who's been taken by pirates, alright? That's all you need to know. That's all the world building you really need right now.
The sea hound. It's hard to believe.
See, like, look at all this dialogue.
I know.
See, if we sat, that's like 10 minutes of dialogue right there. That would have been 10-15 minutes just sitting there listening to that conversation. There's one thing that I'm going to do before we head out, because we're about to go on a bunch of different little missions. I think it's super important that I get a shield for myself. I'm going to need it. It doesn't have to be super impressive. It just has to be large enough to cover me. I need a lot of coverage because I'm a big guy. This suits our needs perfectly. It's cheap. That's all I need. And then some food, too. I need some food. I just don't want to spend this starting 1,000. And I don't have a lot of carrying capacity either. Damn it. I'm buying a bunch of stuff that I didn't want to have to buy. I just want to save money, because while we're doing these missions, I'm going to rack up a bunch of cash. But we do need some food. If I don't have any, we're going to have morale problems. Alright, that should be fine. Did I buy that horse? Yes, I did. I need to lock that in. Alright, off we go to the races. Let's go. I think they messed with the audio. I remember walking into taverns before the DLC. The music didn't sound like it was actually in a room. Or maybe I could be wrong about that.
Aye?
Aye?
So, well, if you're indeed of a mind to go with us.
Okay, so we're going to get a little cutscene here.
My
I'm going to skip through it. I apologize.
You're
Okay, so all you need to know is that that guy that we just talked to in the tavern was going to help us try to find our sister, but he betrayed us and he enslaved us. So we're in a Last Kingdom kind of situation where Uhtred got... If you've ever seen that show, The Last Kingdom on Netflix, it's really good, by the way. Uhtred, son of Uhtred, he gets imprisoned on a slave ship, so I got Last Kingdom vibes the first time I did this. So we have to try to escape from being imprisoned.
It's now or never. Get up and strike them down.
We had to get our freedom. He betrayed us. And it's also a very Elder Scrolls thing, because every game starts with you being a prisoner. Alright, Alright, this is a tough weapon to use. The first time I used this, I was struggling. It's like a flail. It's annoying to use. Alright, I need to just bitch slap these guys.
Well done.
Alright, there we go.
Now, help us get these chains off, huh?
So we're going to be doing some, like, tutorials kind of stuff. I don't need it to learn. Like, I obviously know how to do everything already. But it'll help you guys learn. So if you're new to the DLC and you want to learn some of the new mechanics, just by watching, you can, you know, looking at the tooltips and stuff, you can understand what I'm doing. So we need to get at the helm. So ship controls, there's two separate modes of propulsion. There's the oarsmen who row, and then there's the wind power with our sails. You have to utilize both efficiently. And we could switch camera modes.
Can you see those poor lads thrashing in the water over there?
Not really. And then they have 3 camera modes, and then this camera mode is obviously for when you have ships that have rams on them. That's why this camera angle exists. I'm probably going to get a lot of use out of this camera angle.
Now, let's slow down so they can climb aboard.
Alright, boys. Welcome to the crew.
There's 2 more of them over there. Let's go fish them out.
I'm mostly going to be using this camera angle. It's the best one. And so now we can use our sails. The bottom, at the bottom right, the UI, it's pretty intuitive. I think you can pretty much understand everything about it. Like the green sections are where the wind is, and you can see the wind direction. You can use the flag at the top of the mast as a reference if you want to see where the wind is blowing. You know, so it's a pretty intuitive UI. I like the UI. It's not bad.
Right. Now, let's slow down so they can climb aboard.
You're pirates now. I mean, we're going to be doing a lot of pirating. I don't think I'm necessarily going to roleplay as a pirate. Like, just doing whatever the hell I want. We're going to be doing a lot of piratey things, but it's going to be under somebody's banner. So we won't technically be pirates. We'll be privateers. I think that's the proper definition of a privateer. Pirates and privateers are different. Alright, so here we go. This is another benefit to doing all these tutorial missions. It's going to crank up my skills. And we're getting all the skill points in the important ones that we need right at the beginning. I've done this build several times. This is the new skill line. I'll hover over these so you can read them to yourselves. I'm choosing this one. Pirate's Prowess. Melee weapon handling. And then I have two focus points. We're going to go all out on athletics and one-handed because they're arguably the 2 most important skills for us right now. We'll throw 1 into one-handed and 1 into athletics. I want to get these skills as high as possible, as quickly as possible. And the more focus points I throw in, the greater the learning rate. So we'll get through them faster. 2 very strong skills for me to start with. Alright, we need to go to... Okay, yeah, I have my shield, I have my food, I have my everything. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Well, I recommend...
See, like, look at all this dialogue, man. It's... Just all you need to know, still trying to find our sister. Everything we're doing is trying to find her. And what's really... Oh no, we're supposed to get attacked by them. So another cool thing about doing these missions, these tutorial missions, not only does it get you off to a good start, but it gives you some experience with a few different types of ships. So this is the Nord ship that we're using right now, and then as we continue, we'll get to use like Imperial ships and Aserai ships and Vlandian ships. So you get a taste for all the different kinds of ships, which is really cool. I appreciate that. Alright, this is going to teach us how to
They must
board.
think we're just a fishing vessel. All right now, boys. Let's show them that their prey has teeth of its own.
Now, I am so glad that blue was our color,
so we can board.
because now all of my ships are going to have blue, you know, coloration to them, and that's going to look so sexy. Blue sails and blue ornaments, that kind of stuff. And that's perfect ocean camouflage, you know? Alright, so now we're experiencing boarding for the first time, which is our men
The lines are holding.
row some hooks
Grab them,
over,
lads.
and then they draw the two ships together, and then once the ships are close enough, they create these bridges, and then we fight across the bridges. But in the meantime, while we're getting closer and closer, we... Oh yeah, by the way, you can swim. You don't drown if you fall in the water. You can swim now. I just want to be careful with my health, because as we're doing these, my health is going to slowly go down, and I don't want to take too much damage. What the hell?
I think I see them. Untie our ships and let's have at it.
Now, this is when it teaches you how to give commands and do all that kind of stuff, but I know how to do all that. Giving commands in naval battles is a lot more straightforward than on land, because in a naval battle, you're just essentially telling units where to go. You're not telling them what formations to take or any of that.
Maneuver a bit.
Like, these are the only commands that I have access to. It's pretty straightforward. Defend the ship, attack, follow me, or stop. Fire at will, you know? That's it. Oh yeah, we have to tell... We have to select them. Press...
Shooting!
Whoops.
Pick your targets! Soldiers!
So I told them to board them.
Right hard, boys. Finish them.
Now, throwing weapons are going to be my projectile weapon of choice, because they only take up... Excuse me. They only take up one inventory slot, whereas if I use bows or crossbows, I need 2 inventory slots to use them, because I need the ammo and the weapon. Whereas throwing weapons, I just need that one slot. So throwing weapons are going to be my melee, or my ranged weapon of choice for my build. Sticking with the Roman theme. And they're perfect for naval combat, to be completely honest. Yeah, sit down. My build is going to be perfect for naval combat.
I'm no pirate. I'm just a farmer who fell on hard times.
This is the first voice actor
I done
that
with the
used
ship
a
in Barks
pirate,
like a month ago.
like,
They
accent.
told me we'd be trading grain and ivory across the Beatic.
Grain and
We'd
ivory.
be attacking honest folk like yourselves.
Alright.
Listen, these sea hounds are trolls and demons, not men. I want
I'm
no
looking for my
part of it.
sister. I want to let him keep talking because I
Gunner
liked
of
his
an
voice
accent.
acting,
That's
but
for you, friend of Gunner.
like, he never said R, but I was expecting him to say R. He never said it, though. Okay, that's the end of that. On to the next mission.
Ah, one thing.
Alright, did we get any No, we didn't get any loot from that, but we did level up. Okay, so our next focus point's going into one-handed, and then our next athletics perk. Look, we barely started the game, and we're already like 2 perks into our athletics, which is excellent. 10% weapon handling while on foot. Oh yeah, and that's another thing I should mention. We will barely ever have cavalry, because for a lot of reasons. First of all, we're not landlubbers, and cavalry are most effective on land. But there are different troop types. There are mariners, and then there are land troops. Mariners function the best while on ships, and then the regular troops function the best while on land. And since we're going to be focusing mostly on naval battles and the occasional land battle, most of our troops are going to be mariners, and cavalry tend not to be mariners, for obvious reasons. I don't know extensively what all of the different units are. I still have yet to experience all the different kinds of units, but I have yet to see a cavalry unit that is a mariner type troop. Oh, whoops, I didn't. So yeah, like this is a mariner. You can see the little symbol with the water underneath them. Mariner, they function the best. They don't suffer any penalties to their skills or anything, whereas a land soldier serving on a ship would suffer skill penalties. They're not as effective. I was hoping I can look at a skill tree just to give you a better example, but we don't need to do that. We'll get there eventually. All these things will happen naturally. I just have to re-choose my skills. There's so much to cover because of the new DLC, so many different mechanical changes and everything, but we'll cover them as we get to them. One-handed. Alright, we're traveling to the new lands that they added. These are Nordic lands, and they're very spread out compared to the rest. There's only 4 major settlements, and look how far it's spread, you know? So they're sending us to Iceland, or this game's version of Iceland. That's where we're going. So we're serving on a longship right now. Let's take a look at the naval screen and the ship management, because I can just cover a couple of things really quickly. So there's a bunch of different ship types and different hull types, different classes. These numbers mean, the first number means what's the minimum amount of soldiers you need to operate the ship effectively, without it suffering any speed penalties or anything. The minimum amount of people that need to be on the ship, which is 22, and then this next number is how many people are on deck, 54. So we don't even have a party size large enough. Oh no, it is. Our party size is 54. No, is it? No, my party size is only 40. But each ship has weight, cargo capacity, traveling speed. It has, there are different kinds of sails. There's square and then lateen sails. Draft, shallow or deep. Seaworthiness, hit points. And then these are all the upgrades. This is not all the slots. The bigger ships have more upgrade slots, but we're not there yet. This is a medium class ship, long ship. So this is the Nord themed ships. As we continue to play, we'll see all the other themed ones. And we'll get to mess around with each of them. So, the map features are also something else to point out. These are shallow seas, and you can visually see it. The darker waters are open ocean, where deep draft ships travel faster in the open oceans, whereas shallow draft ships travel best along the coasts and through rivers. And then you might notice this symbol here. That symbol indicates where the wind is blowing. See the arrows? Depending on where I go, the wind is blowing in different directions, see? So obviously if we're traveling against the wind, we're going to go slower than if we were going with it. And then not only that is what you can see, you can also notice the currents in the ocean. You can see the currents and the different ways that the water is traveling. You can use that as a visual aid just to see where the wind is blowing. So if you don't know which way, or if you see that the water is traveling in a certain direction, then you know that you're going to go faster in that direction. And it's not all going in the same direction across the entire ocean. It varies. It varies along the coasts. So I really, really like that level of detail that the map has. Just that visual information. Just thought that bared pointing out. So like right here, this part of the ocean is going in this direction and this part of the ocean is going in that direction. So there are currents, you know? It's cool. Adds some depth, if you'll pardon my pun. Adds some depth to the game, you know? I like that. Alright, so we're arriving in Iceland. I think we have to do an escort mission. Yep, this is an escort mission.
Ahoy!
Arr!
And if that's the case, then we're glad to have you around. Very well.
Okay. This escort mission will make us some money. I think we have to do 3 separate battles, if I remember correctly. And we'll do all of them. So again, I really do like that I decided to go through the missions and not do the sandbox mode. This is gonna get us off to a great start for our campaign. We're sailing into the wind, so having our sails down would be counterproductive. We're just relying on muscle power. And then we're going under the ocean. I like how nobody got swept away. For any of those who get motion sickness, I hope this doesn't make you motion sick. We need to protect this merchant vessel through 3 separate attacks, so we have to conserve our health and conserve our troops as best we can. Are you kidding me? Did you see that throw? It went through the gap between both of their heads. Are you kidding me? I admire their dedication at staying at their posts. Alright, I can't go off by myself. I'm gonna tell my men to... Because right now they're set to defend the ship. They won't attack across the bridges until I command them to. So we have to press F3. There we go. Until I do that, they're just gonna stay on my ship and defend it. Which is useful in certain situations. Sometimes you want to attack and sometimes you want to defend. I love my sigil so much. Just a guy's head. Just perfect. Yeah, we'll take the prisoners. We're going to be in a settlement at some point. Now, I still favor kite shields because kite shields just function better than round shields do, in my opinion. So even though this round shield might be considered better, I still like my kite shield better. It's just that the kite shields just function differently when you're blocking. Like, if you're blocking up with a round shield, you leave, like, the bottom half of yourself exposed, whereas when you're blocking frontwards with a kite shield, it's like perpendicular in front of, or parallel, whatever. It just covers you better. Okay, long story short, it covers you better. Alright, we're starting to get some equipment, some piratey equipment. And I should also mention that there are 3 separate outfits now. There's a civilian outfit, there's our battle outfit, and then there's a stealth outfit, which we'll eventually mess around with. But it's already good to start. It doesn't need any help. But we will be doing some stealth stuff eventually. All of my weapon slots are filled. Alright, so there's some loot to start with. This is a pretty valuable round shield. Damn, 1,000? Some good money right there. Alright. Let's get moving. I just got skill points out of nowhere, just for not really doing anything, just sailing.
We'll have to take one down quickly.
Alright, we're still sailing into the wind this time.
Alright,
I think this mission is supposed to tell you... Well, it's supposed to be your first introduction to multiple ships that you're up against, so... This is the game's or the tutorial's way of giving you experience against multiple ships at a time. We need to defend that ship. We can't allow them to board it. They're not strong enough to repel anything, so we have to take this guy out first. Now, we will eventually be utilizing some naval tactics as we get different ships. Like, this is not all we're going to be doing. It's just immediately boarding everybody. It's just what we're kind of forced to do since we have this ship, and we don't have, like, really good soldiers yet.
The grapples have caught. Cut them down.
Again, I threw my javelin through a narrow gap between two fucking guys. Damn it. I'll just leave them on defense. They don't need to attack. I've needed a game with some good swashbuckling, and I haven't had one in a long time. Since Assassin's Creed. Angry Joe would agree. What was that other game that came out recently, that pirate game? Not Sea of Thieves. Not Sea of Thieves. It was another one recently. Ubisoft, and it was just... You played as a ship. You didn't play as a pirate. You played as a ship. And you didn't get to do anything. You didn't get to board ships or do any of that. I never bought it. I never bought that game. I'm drawing a blank on what it's called, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Just another grindy Ubisoft game. I mean, I'm not talking shit about the game. I never played it. I just never got it. Everybody that I saw play it, all the critics that I watch, didn't enjoy it. I liked Sea of Thieves for about 5 minutes because I got Sea of Thieves right when it came out, and I got it with friends. So my first experience with Sea of Thieves, the first like 10 hours, it was really fun because I was playing with friends. And I'm sure Sea of Thieves is really good now because it's had a lot of time to develop, but I haven't picked it up since. I just had a first... I had a bad taste in my mouth of my first experience. It was just devoid of content the first time I played, so... So I need a game to give me my pirate fix, and this is doing that so far. Alright, we need to crank the sails up. The hell? Oh, by the way, you can control your ship in a lot of cool ways, like... I can get off of the helm and have it keep moving forward without having to hold W. Like, it's been really cool learning how to, like, operate the ship efficiently. It's been really fun. But I've gotten the hang of it. So you're not necessarily tied to the helm of the ship. You can get off of the helm and do some stuff while continuing for the ship to move, you know? It's... You'll see what I mean. Am I gonna kick for the first time? I'm gonna kick for the... Nope, didn't work. I like how he died on my ship, and what a funny position to die in.
Thanks, sir. We would still...
Alright, I'll take your gift. It's the least I deserve. For saving your lives. I'm just zigzagging because I have to stay behind him. I have to wait for him to get into Ostracan. Alright, we should get to mess around with a new ship. The next ship that we're going to use in our next phase of the quest is the ship that I initially want to try to aim for when we're off on our own and we're doing our own thing. So we'll get to experience that ship next, I think. It's a Roman-themed one, of course, and that's the perfect loading screen. Perfect loading screen.
Word spread
So, I am Laha.
father.
I have my...
Yep, it is. It is. I remember. Check it out. When I got to this point in the missions the first time, I just thought immediately Assassin's Creed Odyssey, because that's what the kind of ship you get to sail in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. But let's take a look at it. So it's different from this ship in different ways. The first one is, obviously, it's a different hull type, but you might notice that it has 3 numbers as opposed to 2. That's because the long ship, it needs 22 minimum to operate, and it has 54 on deck, whereas this one has 24 minimum to operate, 48 men on deck, and then this third number represents a reserve. So not all of the men are on the deck when I'm using the ship, only 48 of them are, and then as they die off, they get replaced by men that are quote-unquote underneath, you know what I mean? I guess they're supposed to be underneath the ship, I don't know, laying on their sides or something, very uncomfortably. But that's why this has 3 numbers, and this one has only 2. So the long ships, every man is on the deck, everyone is out. So there are more men to bring to bear on a long ship, whereas there aren't as many to bring to bear on this ship. But still, that doesn't bother me. That's fine. As long as they're in a reserve, as long as the men are still there, but they're not all on deck at the same time. But this ship has the luxury of having a ram. The long ships are shallow draft. The Liburna is a deep draft. So, really, really cool. They both have square sails, though. And you might notice it has more upgrade slots than the longship does. But this is the ship that I eventually want to have be my capital ship to start. Because it's perfect. Alright, so we get to experience what it's like to use it. The game is sending us down here. Hold on, is there anything I need to do before I leave? Is there a tournament here? I do have some stuff to sell. It's okay, we're technically going to be leaving the story mode for a second. It's okay, we can always just go back. But while we're here, let me sell some stuff. I'm over my capacity. Can I afford another horse? Yeah, but let's get a saddle horse this time. We have almost 10 grand, so you know what? Yeah, let's get a few horses. I'll sell this one. And then I do need food, because the men that, even though I didn't hire the men that we're using, I still have to feed them. How much food do we have? Days until no food? Is that real? I don't think that's a real number. And then, was there anything else I need to do? I don't need troops. There's no tournament here. So yeah, we can shove off. Oh no, I don't have to go physically. Oh yeah, ports are a thing now. I promise you we'll get to walk around ports. It's just now's not the time. There's a time and place for that, and it's not here. Not now. We've got some missions to get through. If I don't rush through these missions, this video is going to be too long. We're almost already approaching an hour. Okay, I had to talk to him to get back onto the storyline. Now we can leave. So we got, the game is sending us far away. What's really nice is that while we're doing the missions, once we get down here and we complete whatever objectives we need to complete, we're going to have the option to fast travel back here. So we won't have to sail back again. But yeah, this is a ship that operates better in the open ocean, so we'd be better served getting out into the open sea, and we travel faster, see? And then another thing that matches our world is here. This is the Mid-Atlantic Rift right here, which makes me think, this is a total aside, but this makes me think, are they eventually going to add DLC and add the Americas? Are they going to add a continent out here? This is a suspicious amount of space out here. Okay? Are they going to add a new continent? Are they going to do like a Total War thing and they're just going to add continents and races and stuff and give it to us in DLC? Because look how much of these continents they have. Like, why is this continent out here and why is the map not cut off right here? You know what I mean? No, I guess it's because they want you to be able to zoom in. But I have a feeling they're going to add new cultures and new parts of the map with DLC. I'm calling it right now. They're going to add an Americas. They're going to add a new world. I'm calling it now. But anyway, yeah, this is the Mid-Atlantic Rift. Another similarity between our map and the map of Calradia. But I do like that they have this on the map. It's cool looking. So even though we were traveling against the wind right here, being out in the open ocean is still giving us a speed boost. See? Open sea plus 1.35. Alright, another attribute point. This one's going into control. Because I do want to start working on throwing. But we're not going to throw a focus point in there yet. We're still going to focus on these. Just look at the ocean. You can see there's a good angle. Using the oblique lighting, you can see the different currents. Isn't that so cool? And then around islands, it's different. Like, the water goes around. I just love it so much. It's so cool. Oh, we're taking some damage. Alright, this is supposed to teach us how to ram, since we're using this ship and the game gave us the ship. This is the first time we need to learn how to ram, and then we can utilize this camera angle. I don't need to be in that camera angle to do it. I need to make sure I'm traveling as fast as possible to make this ram effective, because I don't want to have to do it again. Now, don't quote me on this, but I don't know if this ship has faster oarsmen than our last ship does. I'm not quite sure. Nope. We got it in one hit.
It's going down. Now, finish off its
and the men don't seem to be panicking that much. I could try to ram this one, but we'll see how it goes. I might miss. Oh, wow. Wow, dude, I give the AI a lot of credit. He dropped his sail. Actually, never mind. That doesn't make any sense. He shouldn't have stopped on a dime like that. I can't give commands to my other ship, even though it's there. Alright, fine, just board it. We're already here. All that's gonna happen is that we're gonna get stuck boarding one another, and then the other enemy ships are just gonna come and then board my ally. It's just gonna be just a long string of ships boarded together. That's what's gonna happen. Oh crap, I can't get over there. Oh, no. They boarded us. Interesting. They didn't board my ally. I like how they boarded us and then they didn't attack. Bunch of cowards. Oh, here's a version of our ship without the ram upgrade. Whoops, I got turned around. Sorry, guys. I have to disembark from the ships that I'm already boarded with in order to board the new ship. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but that's how it works. Backing up, backing up, backing up. I like the oarsmen. I'm trying to turn on a dime here, and like I'm watching the oars do their thing. It's really cool. Living a life as a pirate, or on the seas, is going to be such a... Oh! Check it out! If we wanted to, we could create a companion, but I'm not going to. But one of my soldiers met the criteria to do it. He got 5 kills in one battle. Not bad. I'll talk a little bit more about the Distinguished Service mod once we get towards the end.
How much are my uncles up? How do I know they're telling you about... He... So?
You know my preference, my friend.
Yeah, because I want to talk about, like, what I want you guys to do and, how you guys can get into the game and become one of my companions, all that stuff. We'll talk about that, but I'll save that till the end. And since I was just talking and clicking things randomly, I have to physically travel back there because I just skipped through the thing that allows me to fast travel back. Perfect. Alright, so you have to suffer through traveling back. Are we going against the wind? No, we have the wind in our favor. Ooh. If I really wanted to, I could attack these guys, because we're going to lose our access to my Liburna ship, because we're going to switch to another ship when we get to the next phase of our missions. I don't need to attack them right now. We'll have plenty of time to attack pirates. Now, you're not going to get it from me today. I can't make any promises today, but maybe at some point during the series you'll get a sea shanty out of me. As much as I would love to have pulled up the playlist of all the sea shanties in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I can't play those. I'm going to get demonetized if I play those. So I would actually have to sing it, and I'm not there, guys. I can't sing. I mean, I know the words to, Drunken Sailor, but I'm not going to embarrass myself in singing that right now. But maybe you'll get one. You'll get one song out of me at some point during this campaign.
I'm sure
I'm sure you had something very interesting to say, but I don't want to hear it, because I ain't got time, man. I got places to be. My sister is struggling to survive without me. Alright, they're sending us on a longer leg journey now. We have to travel to Omor, so we're traveling to Sturgian territory. This is where we gotta go. Now, we can speed up the journey by making sure we're focusing on the open ocean. Oh, no, we're in a new ship. No, this is a deep draft, too. But this is a trade ship. This is not a military ship. Let's take a look at it. So, trade ships are typically faster, and they have a lot of cargo capacity at the expense of soldiers on board, because you're losing out on the amount of men that can be on the ship, and you're trading it for the cargo capacity. But they do tend to be pretty fast. I mean, depending on the size of the ship. I'm just a little worried that if we go out to the open ocean, there are going to be some pirates out there. You know what? We'll stick to the coast unless we... Leave me alone. I'm not ready for you guys yet. Not ready yet. Alright, we can get out to the open ocean. You'll notice a... Yeah, there's a noticeable acceleration right there. You know, I might even trim these little traveling sections out. Oh, traveling through a storm? Or maybe not. I mean, the video is already going to be super long anyway, so I probably won't have to edit this video too much. I hope you guys are reading these, because I'm not. I don't have the time. You guys have the luxury of being able to pause the video and read those. Like, even if I wanted to read those, I wouldn't have enough freaking time to do it. We are taking a little bit of damage. Our food is running low. Well, they're just gonna have to suffer, alright? I'm being selfish and keeping the money to myself, because I don't want to spend it on... I don't want to spend money on soldiers that aren't even going to be mine when we're all done with this. Alright, so we're entering... Oh no, this isn't a fjord. A fjord is a closed off. At least I think so. Yeah, this is... It's just a... Yeah, see? You can hope you guys are reading all that. A canal. That's the word I'm looking for. A canal. Oh my god, what's with all the frickin' storms, man? Am I gonna hit every frickin' storm on the way here? Because those damage your ship while you're sailing through them. The amount of damage you take when you're sailing through rough seas depends, I think, on your seaworthiness. So the higher your ship's seaworthiness... Ships with high seaworthiness... I can't even say the word. Ships with high seaworthiness take less attrition in open sea and can even handle light storms. See? Yeah. Alright, my party is starving. Right in the nick of time.
Welcome to Omor, friend.
Alright.
See the Omor. Listen. Good. Listen.
Good.
We need someone to steer the fight.
Alright, that guy that we were just listening to, bless his heart, bless the voice actor's heart, but it is so rough to listen to, man. It's so rough. I did you such a big favor by not making you listen to him. Alright, we're getting attacked. Oh, no, we're not doing, like, sea missions right now. We're doing some different stuff.
Once we get within range, their ballista will pelt us with fiery missiles. Avoid them. Even if they just hit the water, the flames will keep burning and can spread to our hull.
Okay, so this mission is obviously an introduction to siege weapons on ships. So our first introduction to a ballista. And I guess this is supposed to teach you how to dodge them. Even though it's pointless because this guy's setting light to our ship anyway. Who cares? If the ballista hits us, fine.
Watch out! Let's not go up in flames until we reach them.
I like how he says that while he's lighting the ship on fire. Alright, we're supposed to crash into that.
Our ship is ablaze. Get ready to jump.
And then we have to jump off. See you later. Would you want to jump into this water in the middle of winter in wherever we are? I'd be dead before I got to shore. That was a nice hit.
You did it.
Center of mass. Fire looks pretty good. It's not like phenomenal, but the fire effects look pretty good.
Head for shore. There are a pair of horses waiting for us.
Yeah, there's no way I would survive getting to shore. I would die of hypothermia before I made it. I need a helmet. My bald head needs protection. I learned that lesson when I lost my eye. I need to learn to wear a helmet, man. Lesson number 1. Okay, we're gonna run a gauntlet of soldiers right now. Another reason why this shield was so important. Oh my god, this horse is so slow. Compared to my test campaign, I still have that save file. Maybe I'll show it off to you. I'll show my character off.
There they are. Ride fast.
But compared to my other character, this guy's so slow. What? I was aiming. I mean, I was blocking. Are you kidding me? Like, that gives me so much coverage. Are you kidding? Sit down.
For glory!
I'm probably not going to kill them. I'm going to help my skills out. Whoops. Now, compared to my last campaign, where polearm was so important, it is still important, because we're going to have to fight land battles, and we're going to be fighting from horseback when we do fight land battles, but it's not as important anymore, because most of our battles are naval battles, so... Polearms aren't particularly useful, at least from what I've experienced. We need close-quarter weapons for ship battles. Like short swords and axes and maces and that kind of stuff. Are you kidding me? He just dome rocked. Do we have to do that all over again? Do I have to sail the ship into the thing again? Oh my god. Alright guys, I'm gonna cut this out. I'll just get to the point that we were at before, and I'll see you there.
Even if they just hit the water.
Okay, I think this should be the same point where I saw you guys again. And I'm not gonna lie, this is the third time I'm doing this. These freaking crossbow guys are crack shots. Let's not forget, I'm on Bannerlord difficulty right now, and I don't have a helmet. They dome rocked me the second time too, but we fared better. Third time's the charm. We fared a lot better, in fact. I just blocked. I didn't even throw any of my javelins to get some skill points. I just literally rode like this the whole time. I still hear them grunting back there. Shut the hell up. You're not gonna catch me.
I think that's the last of them. Time to get back aboard. Get on the ship.
Fine. Because you asked so nicely. Okay, this next part, I guess it would be the most accurate to describe it as the game's way of teaching you how to, like, run a gauntlet, because that's what we're about to do.
Let's run their blockade and reach the open sea.
And I guess it's... This mission, or this segment, is supposed to teach you... Okay, it's like, look, you understand how the wind works, you understand how sails work, you understand all of that stuff. Now use all of that knowledge to get through this blockade. And what we're gonna do is that very thing. I think we're gonna have the wind with us the whole time. That's a cool banner. I like the banner on top of the ship. That design of banner. Are there going to be ships coming at us out of the blue, coming out of the woodwork? We just have to focus on where we're going. Don't focus on the ships. Just ignore them and just sail past them. That's the key. See, like this guy, he thinks he's sneaky.
There they are. Get ready to evade them.
Luckily, the AI isn't particularly accurate with the ballistas. And there is a certain arc of fire that the ballistas can fire from. It's like you can't angle it completely in reverse. Which is one of the weaknesses to it, actually. Here's our handiwork. Alright, we're a little lucky. That technically hit us, but it didn't do anything. Yeah, I think we're gonna have the wind with us the whole time, which is really good. If I was just relying on oar power, this would take a lot longer. Alright, let's do our drift. As close to a drift as you can get in a ship. This one doesn't have a ballista, so we're okay. Oh, yes, it does. It does. Never mind. Yeah, I'm too far away from you. I should have gone around the other side. Like, the smartest thing you can do against ships that have, like, a ballista on the front is to just rush it. Like, just rush it, you know? I mean, if you could stay out of its range, sure, but if you're staying out of range of the ship, then you're not doing anything to that ship either. So, like, if you have to fight a ship with a ballista, you just, like, rush right at it, close the distance, and get on its flanks where it can't turn. I think these ships that we're up against, I think these are... I think they're called Eastern Galleys, or maybe they're the Western Galleys. There's two different kinds of galley. There's an Eastern and a Western. Damn it, we don't want to get boarded. That's the last thing we want right now. Ooh, just dodged those barely.
Oi! That was a direct hit! Not the end of us yet, but let's be careful.
Uh-oh, they're overwhelming us. We are putting out the fires. Slowly. That's what those fire indicators are on the bottom right. There's 6 of them in total.
That was a direct hit.
If all 6 of them fill up, we screw up.
Let's be careful. Look out!
I'm pretty sure if I take some men off of the oars, it speeds up the firefighting. So that's cool.
So,
Yeah, this is the
well
bad
with that
voice
fire
acting.
ship. The silver is on its way to my order, and that bastard Purig will no doubt be...
Yeah, I
Just
won't.
before
I won't
set
subject
sail.
you to any more of that.
Come. So,
Still trying to find our sister. We're jumping through hoops. Okay, this time we are gonna go straight back to Alsticon, where there's a storm right here. This is a light storm. It's not a heavy storm. This is a heavy storm. The black clouds. This is just a regular one. This is just rain. Why is it that everywhere I go there's a freaking storm?
Ah, I've been making some ink.
no, not...
Alright, we have to go a distance here. And what do you know? Another storm. It'll probably dissipate by the time we get there, though. Is there anything I need to do? Do I have to level up? I don't have any items. We are running a little low on food. I have to get some more food. I could do that without leaving the story mode. $10 days, that's plenty. Same thing goes. By the time when we get down here, we'll be able to fast travel back, as long as I don't mess that up. Let's level up. Got our first Mariner perk. Or no, second one. That. Okay, let's get moving. I just like how there's a storm at our starting destination, and there's a storm at our end destination. The gods. Oh, there was a... it's okay. It's a tournament. It's alright. We got places to go. Uh-oh. We just got attacked by something that's... We just got hit by Sea Raiders. I was zoomed out, so I didn't see them. I think we can bribe our way out of it. Only 251 gold. That's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. It's totally fine. It's a waste, but I should have been paying attention. Too busy paying attention to the storms. I'm too busy paying attention to the weather, and I wasn't paying attention to the ocean. Plus 2% travel speed at sea. I'll take that one. We are in a shallow draft ship. Yeah, so we want to stay on the coast. At least I think, right? I keep forgetting. I should know this by now. Yeah, we're shallow. Just ride the currents. I'm riding this current right here. That's Galland over there, and beyond that, the Biscan coast. I respect... That's as far as I can read. That's the amount of time that they give you. We're in the Gulf of Charos now. The fishermen here used to have this way of catching tuna. Herd them into the... Cool story, bro.
Did you see that big fiery ball? I've heard if our caps
Cringe. Cringe.
have a good look at Krustas' floating fortress
Oh,
before we...
no, we could skip that too. Okay, now we get to use our own, so this is an introduction to us using siege weapons. Or, yeah. And what we're supposed to do is destroy the mangonels.
We're still afloat, but the next time we might not be so lucky. One mangonel down!
Alright, there's 4 of them in total. And I can't get too close to them because they have a bunch of archers on there.
I suggest we keep moving.
They're gonna kill all my dudes, and this guy's gonna yell at me, and I'm gonna have to listen to... Oh my god.
Let's not get hit again.
God damn it.
Let's keep our distance. Their decks are packed with bowmen. You smashed that mangonel. Look at it, like a broken toy.
Yeah, see, this is as far left that I can turn my
Their decks are packed
ballista.
with bowmen.
That was a good shot. Alright, I'm dropping my sail. I need to move a little bit faster.
Let's keep our distance. Their decks are packed with bowmen.
Alright, we get it. You don't have to say that 7 times.
Let's keep our distance.
Let me guess, their decks are packed with bowmen?
Silence those mangonels. Now let's all move in and board them.
We're right behind you! Row, lads, row!
Oh, you know, I could have just stayed on the... You know what, let's board and then get my men in action, send them into the battle, and then I'll just stay on the ballista and get some kills. Alright. Do your thing, boys, while I have some fun. What the hell? It's not letting me turn it. Fine. Game's not letting me have any fun. Maybe my mouse is just messing up. I'm gonna try again. Oh no, there it goes. Stupid game. It's slow to frickin' turn. That's like I have to lift my mouse up in order to like get it to move. Ah, whatever. All right, boys. I barely did. Well, I
That
took
was
out
a
the
good
mangonels.
fight. Now, Cruz.
I am Salautus Cruzas. Yes, I buy slaves. They were. So then. So. I can. Indeed. Among. For now, you say. What?
Alright,
I
let's
ask?
get a calculating. See, that's like another 15 minutes of dialogue that we would have had to sit through. Alright, and then getting traits operates a little different. There are dilemmas. I think they're trying to... They kind of went for like a Crusader Kings 3 thing. They're not that in-depth. By no means are they that in-depth. But there are dilemmas occasionally. And every time you deal with a dilemma, it messes with your personality in some way. So, like, whereas in my last campaign, my personality didn't change that much. I was pretty much this personality the entire time. With the addition of dilemmas, it might mess with my personality a little bit more. We haven't come across a dilemma yet.
Well, here we are. Ready to set sail?
Yeah, I like how I just come back to this place and then we immediately set sail again. Like, make up your mind, man. What do you want to do? Alright, we're getting towards the end. I think this is the last mission before we save our sister. I think that's it. I can trade. No, I don't have anything. I have way too much food. Oh no, that's fine. Whatever. As long as I have some food, it's fine. Alright, and now this is a new ship we get to use. This is an Asterai ship, if I'm not mistaken. This is a large one. Oh no, this is a medium class. No, this one's heavy. This is heavy. And then this is the round ship. This is Vlandian. This is a Vlandian heavy. With all its stats and everything we talked about. Deep, square sails. This one's deep. It has lateen sails. It's got a little bit more cargo capacity. Wow, I feel like this one should have a lot of cargo capacity. But this is the ship we're using. It's a cool one. It's a heavy one. It's not ours. We're just borrowing it. But it's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure it's an Asterai ship, yeah. Now this one's a deep one, so we'll sail fastest through open seas. Yep. We're going against the wind, though. Is there another storm? Oh, it's over here. It's chasing after us. Nope, we got the wind with us now. Okay, this is where the game gets to show off some of the new stealth mechanics. It's not going to be a lot at first sight, but this is the introduction to the new stealth mechanics. You'll see.
You see that big cluster of ships back there? That's got to be where they're holding the prisoners.
Where? Whoa, what are you talking about? So we get to use this ship for exactly 5 seconds.
Into the water. Let's go while Purik's men are distracted. Swim fast. Keep your distance.
I'm jumping off the front of the ship because it's closest to where we need to be. I swim super slow, so... Did I show off swimming underwater? Did I do that? He's doing like a side paddle thing. Like, what are you doing? He swims faster than I do. I'm doing a breaststroke. Dressed like Assassin's Creed. Sorry, I just wanted to see if there are any Easter egg constellations. Okay, so what's really cool about doing stealth stuff is that, at least early on, if you actually have the patience and you do the stealth stuff, it levels up. Like, watch how many levels I'm going to get when I'm doing this. All the skill points I get. Wow, how did that guy not see that happen? Wow, how deaf do you have to be to not hear? See, like, look at all the skill points I'm getting just by doing the stealth stuff. And I'm getting a roguery skill. And in a lot of my campaigns, I don't tend to do a lot of things that earn you roguery skill, so engaging with the stealth helps you with that. So that's really cool. Oh my god, I missed. He didn't hear me.
Very good. Now get to the hold.
Alright, where's Sis? Gotta save Sis.
Who's there? Heavens mercy, what are you doing here?
Hey, she doesn't look upset. She's got a huge smile on her face.
I'll be silent. What's going on? Can you get... I understand.
Alright. Don't move.
Well done. But your sister is still within, and we need to get her to safety. Cut the lines tying us to the other ship, and let's be away.
Okay, so we're gonna run another gauntlet. We're on rails right now. He's not actually sailing the ship, he's an ornament. He's not actually doing anything. The ship is on rails. It's gonna go in its direction. So when I was first doing this, I was just kind of wandering around between... Because we're gonna get attacked by ships, and I'm gonna have to fend off the borders by myself. But in the meantime, I discovered that abusing this man gives us some skill points. Are you kidding me? What did that axe get stuck in? But if I attack him, he has infinite health, and nothing happens if I attack him. But he's giving me skill points. Oh, here's a ship.
They grappled us!
Whoops! Where did he go?
Oh, tear your limbs!
They're on deck!
Alright, back to abusing our friend here. I'm not doing that much damage to him. I think the more damage I'm doing to him, the more skill points I'm getting.
God's blood, we can't get past them. They're going to board.
Oh, it's
Shoot
because I'm
those
not
ones.
charging
Cut
up
them down
properly.
if they come over the side.
I'm letting go too
Whatever it
early.
takes.
I'm just used to javelins and not axes. There we go, I just leveled up by abusing him. And I'm getting Mariner skill points by doing that. I've got time.
They've grappled us.
That's not very nice. They shouldn't have done that. They deserve to die. Right in the face. Where was I? I like that he's not taking it too hard. He's taking it like a champ. I just like how he has axes sticking out of his chest. They're just accumulating inside of him.
They've grappled us.
Can't you guys see? I want to be left alone to abuse my friend. You guys are just getting in the way. I think they messed with the ragdoll physics because I noticed that... Oh wow, that was a whiff. There goes an arm. I've noticed that... I don't know, I think they tweaked the ragdoll physics. It looks better. Like, when you throw throwing weapons into them, like, it looks like the impact is, like, way more intense than it used to be. That could just be me. There's another level up. Yeah, there's no way he's actually sailing this ship, okay? Actually, the first time I did this, I was hitting him with so many things that he actually got glitched off of the ship. He fell off, and the ship was still fine. It was sailing in its direction completely fine. And then he just respawned back on his position right there. So yeah, this is just all for show. He's not doing a damn thing up there. Hey, boys. You might want to second guess what you're doing right now. Do you really want to do that? Is that something you really wanted to do? Wow, what kind of BS was that? Alright, I want to head. Alright, 75 Mariner skill. I don't think I've gotten enough skill points to get our next perk, but we'll see. whoops, wasn't paying attention. Alright, fine. I'll deal with him. As he walks 1 inch a second. They just stand in a nice little single file line. Just.
We're on deck.
I want to kick this guy off. Nope, it's not gonna work. Oh, he gets, when I chop his arm off, then he flops over.
Ahoy to you, Gunnar. An exemplary escape. Is the captive safe?
Alright, final battle, everybody. This is the final battle where we're supposed to take everything that we've learned and put it into practice. And then this is a ship we're eventually going to want to work towards.
Ahoy to you, Bjolgur. And ahoy to you, Lahar. She is indeed safe with us. But now it looks like the whole pack of hounds are coming baying out to meet us. You two brave fellows get on our flanks, and we'll meet them proud to proud.
This ship is about to cut me off. Go... Oh no, actually. Whatever, do your thing. This battle is just going to devolve into chaos, where all the ships are just going to board one another, and it's just going to be a massive, like, linked platform of ships. That's what this is going to devolve into. I don't have a ram on the ship, so I can't utilize the ram. See? We're all just going to board one another, and it's just going to be a huge orgy of ships. Oops, I didn't put my sails up. I'll go after these two guys right here. Oh no, these guys are gonna need help. They're outnumbered right here. Yeah, I'm gonna help these two ships right here. If only I had a ram. Perfectly situated. Hey, what are you doing? Yeah, see, we just lightly tapped him. Come on, guys. Oh my god, see, just look how much craziness is going on the screen at the same time. My frames are okay. My frames are maintaining. They haven't boarded us yet, so we still have time.
Gods, I see more of them coming up.
To deal with these guys.
No rest for my sword arm today.
Nope, they're not boarding us. Alright, that's fine. Like other men are just fighting above me. That's cool. And what's nice is that the men don't immediately drown upon falling in the water. They can swim, but they can't swim forever. They can't be out in open water swimming forever. Alright, what do we have to do next? They're getting reinforcements. They're getting 2 reinforcements. I just want to see what's going on from bird's eye view. Alright, we're still fighting this ship. We'll go for this one next. Or are we going to get boarded by this guy? If he had a ram, I would have been worried about that, but he doesn't. Alright, we'll just defend this side now. Yeah, these Sea Hound guys, they're not really impressive. Like they're soldiers, I mean. They're not great. Yeah, let's be careful. So this tends to be what happens in naval battles. It's like a bunch of little battles all over the place, you know? Unless every single ship just collides with one another and we just have a huge mass of frickin' wood in every direction. Alright, let's uncouple from our... See, it's just this line of ships. I'm surprised they're not all connected to one another. Alright, our allies are losing this little battle there. And this one. Alright. Big ship, what the hell are you doing? Get over there. 39, come over there. I'm gonna head for this one. And then 51, where are you? Deal with that one. That, like the lighting going through all the rigging. Oh, crap. It's just a cool shot. Is that everything? Nope, we still got 6 men on that ship. They've taken forever to deal with them. Right, this isn't the ship that I started with, but it's the one that I'm ending with. How hard is it to kill one dude, guys? What's going on? Look, he's the last guy on the ship, and he was just rowing the ship nowhere. What was he doing? Alright, we're about to hit 2 hours, and this is actually kind of perfectly timed, because we're at the last mission now.
I will fall upon you like an eagle, and tear out your livers. I will shatter your ships to splinters. I will spill your blood upon the waters. I will send your corpses to the slimy depths.
The Davy Jones locker?
Skull will be a home for scuttling things, and Ram shall make a toothpick of your shin bone. Do you hear me?
Unfortunately. Alright, that voice actor, he was... I mean, he was giving it some passion. He was putting in something. Alright, who's gonna win this? I took over a ship that has a lot of men on it, so we should be fine. There's only 40 men on that ship, whereas we have a lot more on ours, so we'll be good. Oh, no wonder, because this guy took control back. Stop! It's because the ship wasn't mine to start the battle with, so when I took control, the second I get off the helm, whoever was in control of it takes back control of it. Oh my god, we had 3 links, and this ship just came in and cut the links that we had. Oh my god. He just ruined it. We were reeling it in. Oh, what a dumbass. Who is in command of the ship? You are executed. Move aside, fool. Alright, there we go. Now we've linked that ship to that one. Oh my god, now this ship is doing the same. It's just, what is happening? What is happening? They're helping him. They're helping his ship. Yeah, whoever just drowned, you deserve to drown. Bunch of morons. Yeah, I'm really confused as to why none of my ships are doing anything. Alright, I'm just gonna give them a generic order to engage. Maybe that'll solve the problem. Oh yeah, they're doing it now. When I'll admit this, I'll be completely honest. When there are too many ships on the battlefield, it just becomes... Like, look, now this ship is doing the same exact thing. It's like they're fighting to be in the middle. I don't understand. Alright, there we go. Now we're linked up. Oh my god, get me out of this craziness.
You.
But that is all for nothing.
Right in the face. How you deserve to die. Javelin through the face. Oh, axe in the head. As you cut Purig down, there's a small amount of silence. Then a great cheer wells up from your men. Gunner closes his eyes and offers a muttered prayer to his gods. Well, they're not going to answer him. Meanwhile, with your sister foremost in your mind... Oh, I almost completely forgot about my sister. Sorry, sis. The danger has passed. Your sister is now out of harm's way. And now she's going to be put in another kind of harm. Another kind of harm's way. Because she's going to become a member of my crew, and she's going to help me swashbuckle.
Heaven's mercy. I had given up hope. I thought I'd done that all. They threw me in that.
Alright.
Well then, my men though. I've had a word with
See,
them,
and here we go.
some
I
of them
welcome
have
your
been
ship
quite
and
impressed by
crew.
your
So we
leadership.
just got a free ship and a
They
free
want to
crew.
You should come see me in my village.
Yeah. Maybe never. Alright. Look at that. Pretty much on the dot for 2 hours. Hour and 58 minutes. Or 57 minutes. And look at that. Now, this is the exact same point. Well, given some time. Obviously, time has passed. Some time has passed in the game. But if we had just started from the sandbox, we would have had none of this. We wouldn't have a ship. We wouldn't have our sister. We wouldn't have like a bunch of freaking skill points and a bunch of focus points that we can allocate now. I've got almost 10 grand. Did I say the ship? So hell yeah. Look, I got 3 perks already in my, Alright, throwing, we need to work on you. Yeah, we'll... Alright, the focus point will be enough. We'll get the next focus point into one-handed. I'll get another focus point into Mariner, because that's going to be important. Mariner's super important now, because if we're going to be on the oceans all the time. Oh, got my first rogue skill point. Raid speed? That'll come in handy, because we are going to raid quite a bit. Prisoner escape chance in a governed settlement. We don't have settlements yet. But that actually isn't bad. Minus 20% prisoner escape chance. I don't know. We're going to be raiding so much more than we're going to be dealing with settlements, so I'll take that. I normally do this one, plains, steppes, and deserts, but I'm going to switch it up. We're going to go with this one, snowy and forest terrain. The map has grown, and most of what the new map is snowy terrain, and there's a lot of snow and stuff up north, and there are quite a few forests around the map, so we'll mix it up. Damage dealt by axes? No, we want this one. Damage dealt by swords. Still gonna use swords, mainly. Alright, you know what? Control, you're next on the list for attribute points, but endurance is more important. 2 focus points. We'll throw 1 into Shipmaster. All 3 of these skills we want to work on. All 3 of them. But it's not super imperative that I get them all up to max level immediately, because these will just naturally go up as I'm just doing my natural thing, sailing around and naval combat and all that. These will go up naturally. Let's do polearm, because that needs to be worked on too, eventually. Alright. Is there anything I need to do? There's no tournaments. I don't have any... Alright, I really don't have anything. We did start off with a party, though. So I have 20 men starting, and look at this. I've got my Distinguished Service mod set to, level 5. If you're level 5, you can become a companion. That's what I've got it set to. That's the bare minimum. Because I thought that would be the best, because I want my companions to be recruited from the best of the best. So if you have to be a high rank in order to become one of my companions. So, and level 5 is the minimum. So, we only had that one opportunity to create somebody. But that's something we need to talk about, because I'm about to wrap this one up. We've gotten to the end now. The game has opened up now. It's completely opened up. We got through that. I have a sister who is now a companion that I can have in my party, and she can serve a purpose in my party now. Oh no, she's not eligible. That's right. She's not old enough. She's right on the cusp of becoming an adult. She's basically there. Um, it's my brother that's immediately available. I mean, that's fine. I'm glad that we rescued our sister, but I can't use her yet. Okay, so let's just quickly talk about the making the companions. Now, I should get this. I should make this clear. There are certain kinds of troops that I'm going to tend to focus on in my army and on my ships. Mariners, first of all, and then some of the cultures that have really good mariners, and that's actually the Nords. So at least to start the campaign, I'm going to be filling my ships and my crews with mainly Nords, because their troop trees... Oh, we can look at it. I have Nords in my... They're mariners from tier 1 all the way up to max tier. Every single infantry soldier in their roster, and archers, they're all mariners. Whereas some cultures, they have a mix of both. They have troops that are just solely mariners, and they have troops that are solely infantry. Nords are one of those cultures that just has everything as mariners. So they're an easy recruitment pool for my soldiers, especially the archers. The other cultures do have mariners, but in order to get them up to a level where they become mariners, like let's just say for, you know what, I can show you with like the Vlandians, for instance. I'll just grab a Vlandian, because I want to make this clear. I really want to make this clear. I had to learn this. Oh, of course there's no Vlandians I can hire to use as an example. Oh, here's a dilemma. As you prepare to leave, a delegation of townspeople will approach you. A group of lepers is encamped before the walls, and they beg passers-by for alms. The townspeople are worried that they might spread the disease and, at any rate, are frightening away potential customers. I'm going to do this one. It's only 100 gold. Give the lepers some money and food and tell them to get out. See? Increase my reputation for calculating. Increase my reputation for merciful. So now, as a result of those dilemmas, we will gain or lose certain personality traits. So let's just say, for instance, I get a negative personality trait. If I want to get rid of that negative personality trait, when I'm doing those dilemmas, I just make sure that I try to focus on the personality trait that counters the one that I have in order to get rid of it. And vice versa. If there's a positive one that I want to get rid of to get a negative one, or whatever, you know what I mean. So those dilemmas are some new flavor, and is it immediately a tournament? I can take care of that tournament between the episodes. But I'm just going to hire one Vlandian recruit just to show you. So whereas the Nords have mariners all through their tree, the Vlandians don't, see? So in order to get a Vlandian mariner unit, I would have to get this troop... I would have to upgrade him 3 times. And that's during the time while the soldier is being upgraded to a mariner. He's a regular soldier, and while he's serving on my ship, these soldiers are going to be performing poorly. You know what I mean? So it would be tough to get a Vlandian soldier up to mariner level if I need to recruit them from level 1 and then get them up to level 4. You see what I mean? So this all has to do with mainly the kind of troops that I'm going to focus on my ships, which I've already said are mariners and Nords. But if you're one of those people that wants to become one of my companions, and you want to be a certain culture, like let's just say you're one of my viewers and you really want to be a Vlandian character, it's going to be tougher for me to make you as one of my companions and have you be serving on my ship, because first of all, I need to get the character up to level 5 in order to make them eligible to become companions, and that's already like a lot of work. Whereas with the Nords, like I'm working with them all the time, so anybody out there who wants to be a Nord character, it's going to be easy for you to get your character because I'm using Nords constantly. But if you're one of those people out there that wants like an Aserai character, or wants they want a Vlandian character, or they want an Imperial character, it's going to be harder for me to do that for all the reasons that I've just stated. Because I'm going to have to upgrade them up to a level where they're mariners, and then once they're mariners, then they start performing well. And then they start performing at a good enough level where they can even qualify to become companions. I hope I'm making sense. I hope that's I'm making sense to you guys. But for the start of the campaign, we're just going to focus on Nords as shipmates and crew, because they're all mariners and they're really good troops to have on my ships. But we won't do that for the entire campaign. I'm just letting you guys know that if you want to become one of my companions, that's totally fine. Just let me know in the comments. So the comment section really needs to blow up for this whole thing to work out. I need to hear back from you guys, all right? I need some feedback. Let me know. First of all, punch your ticket and let me know if you want to become one of my companions. First of all, in the comments, let me know what culture you want to be, and then also let me know how you want me to build your character. Because I'll do my best to try to do that. Because with how the Distinguished Service mod works is that once I upgrade a companion, I can also make some decisions on what that character is going to look like. Like, do I want him to be a surgeon, or do I want him to be this or that? I have a little bit of choice in that, so just let me know in the comments. So do that right now if you haven't already. Leave yourself down, punch your ticket in the comments. Let me know if you want to become a companion. I don't know how I'm going to go through the decision-making process. If I got a lot of comments, then it's going to be tougher, but if barely nobody comments, it'll be really easy for anybody who wants to be my companion, because you're not competing with anybody else. But I think I will get a lot of comments, so just let me know down below. Do you want to be one of my do you want to be one of my companions? In order to qualify, you have to leave a comment. Let me know what culture you want to be and how you want me to build you. I'll do my best to try to make that happen. But like, if you want to be a surgeon, I have no need for a surgeon, or somebody else is already a surgeon, like, I'm not gonna make you a surgeon. You get it? You know? All right. That's it. But I'm really looking forward to this series, because I'm looking forward to including you guys in this, and it's going to be really fun to roleplay, because as I build my fleet, maybe some of you will be like, hey, I want to command my own ship, and then we can talk about that, and maybe I can try to give you the ship that you want, and all that kind of stuff. But primarily, I'm always going to focus on my character first, of course, and then you guys next. All right, I'm in charge. I'm the king. So I get to make the decisions. I get to be selfish. Now, there's a couple of things I'm going to do between the episodes. Obviously, I'll take part in that tournament, and I need to talk to this guy in order to learn about Noretz's folly, because we have to do that stupid quest again. And I'm running out of time to do that. But we're going to be doing a bunch of traveling during this campaign. We're going to be traveling the seas, so finishing this quest isn't going to be that hard. So who's going to be my first companion? Like I said, I'm not allowed to hire a companion unless I create them. Family members excluded. Like, when I start building a family for my character, I can bring them in. Like, that's fine. But companions, I'm not allowed to hire anybody in a tavern. The only way I can get companions is by using Distinguished Service. That's like the main point of this campaign. So we're going to have fun. We're going to be naval. We can talk a little bit more about what my major goal is going to be and creating Mare Nostrum, but that is my plan, at least for now. We can tweak it. You guys can give me your input. Let me know what you think about my plan. We are a Roman. We're Scipio Africanus, or Publius Scipio. His real name is Publius Cornelius Scipio Africanus, I think. That's his full moniker. But anyway, let's get. I'll end it in a town, because that's what I like to do. Alrighty, lords and ladies, thank you so much for being here. If you're still here and you've been watching for this entire 2 hours, thank you so much. You guys are the best. I hope you guys are going to be here for the long haul. I can't wait to, get into the nitty-gritty of the series and start having some fun and do some pirating and traveling the 7 seas. It's going to be such a blast, and having you guys along with me is going to be super fun, and I'm looking forward to that. But you won't get included if you don't leave a comment. So leave your comments down below, like the video. If you're not subscribed and you would like to subscribe and follow along and join me for the series, hit that subscribe button. And I look forward to seeing you all again. Now, I should also say this, last thing I'm going to say. If you want to be involved in the series, it's better if you're actually watching the videos as they're coming out, as opposed to people like months in the future who are like, hey man, I want to be in it. All right, well, it's a little too late, man. You're a little late. So people who are watching the series as I'm putting these out are going to get preferential treatment, of course. People in the future, I'm talking to you. I'm sorry if you don't feel included, but I'm gonna prioritize my subscribers, the people who watch my content, like, almost immediately after I post it. But anyway, I've talked enough. My voice is getting tired. We've been here for 2 hours. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button, subscribe, leave your comments. I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas, and I'm looking forward to a new year. The Knicks won today. Christmas win for the Knicks. That made me really happy. So I'm just in a really great mood. Happy to... just really looking forward to the series. Anyway, thank you for being here. Hope to see you in the next one. Episode 2 will be coming at you soon. But until then, have a good one, guys.